for 40 years. What do you learn? Making appointment. You take over crop from Joseph ministry. You can't do Lewa ministry. Joseph, what can you confuse? What can you confuse? And we're trying to investigate you. My soul is telling me that you're telling Jeremiah to find money to pay you out so you can say you incapacitated. According to my soul, Joseph was trying to strike thee with Jeremiah to get money so you can say you incapacitated. So you can leave the country with Jeremiah. And the day Joseph Baka want to cross with Jeremiah. Joseph Baka know about the private jet Jeremiah, right? Joseph Baka is in the know. That man that gave them the private jet, the former president of Ghana, brother. That man and Joseph Baka, they are friends. The man helped Joseph Baka in his campaign. When you couldn't show it, you don't know Joseph Baka is sleeping. Joseph Baka just been sleeping. You come here, I'm hoping you will sell the country for us. So just been sleeping. When you drink the power, just let that sleep. It's better that way than when you sell the country for us.
The flesh is for prayer. The white stone of flesh is for purity. The star is for republic. The blue bee is for black people. We know Liberia is all. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 lessons of people we are known as first republic. The lone star shining evermore. The flag of Liberia is flying on the time. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. For people who are over-money, they humble themselves, they've seen my face. Our eyes and heal their nation. Liberia will rise again. Nation will come to your rising. I prophesy, kingdom will come to your life. Together, let's keep your peace. What's in unity, we will build our nation. Arise, Liberia, arise. Arise and take your place. Whatever others are needed, arise and take your place. The faith of Liberia is flying on the time. Join the leader, join loyalty. You just can't.
EP producer.
Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. The flag of Liberia is flying on the time. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. The red on the flesh is for prayer. The white stone of flesh is for purity. The star is for republic. The blue bee is for black people. We know Liberia is all. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 lessons of people we are known as first republic. The lone star shining evermore. The flag of Liberia is flying on the time. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. For people who are over-money, they humble themselves, they've seen my face. Our eyes and heal their nation. Liberia will rise again. Nations will come to your rising. Prophesy. Kingdom will come to your life.
Honesty is the first chapter in the book of wisdom.
And we will build our nation.
What a pleasant way to say good afternoon and welcome. Welcome to Bitz and Pieces, right here on Voice of Liberia. Bitz and Pieces is here every weekday, Mondays through Fridays. And so, I'm George Way, and I'm expected to be joined by Jala Greyfield. The show, Jala will join me on the show this afternoon. We'll drive it through. Too many things happening in our country, and we'll talk about some of those things happening. Nima County District now Representative Ta Wungwe is expected to delegate what he calls modern market
To the flag of life.
to the people of his district.
And to the republic for which it stands.
And those of you watching will show you the market
With liberty and justice.
that the lawmaker has vowed to delegate tomorrow. You will see the market. Controversial representative Yeke Kalaba today parked his vehicle
Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. The flag of Liberia is flying on the sun. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation.
in the same location that was a point of contention on Tuesday.
The white on the flesh is for purity. The star is for republic. The blue bee is for black people. We know Liberia is our home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 nations of people, we are known as first people.
The medical director of the government-run CB Doma Comprehensive Hospital in Bangabong County, Dr. Arthur Jones Ward, has resigned from his position
People who are over
as medical director of CB Domba Hospital in Bangabong County. Some sources in the corridor of the hospital, they've alleged that the resignation of Dr. Wu is due to political pressure from politicians within the Unity Party government. We'll talk about that this afternoon. Nurses of the Fertility Healthcare Center stage a peaceful protest for salary and benefit for over 10 months plus. We'll listen to the nurses at the health facilities that is owned and operated by a Ghanaian national. We'll also talk to Christopher Bestman. He has been following this development. Chris will update us on this development right here, and several other issues we'll talk about as well this afternoon. And so this is Bits and Pieces. My name is George. I'm George Wayi. And Jala Gravy will be here shortly. We'll drive it through up to later. And so let's take this very short musical break. When we come back, we will do the acknowledgement right here on the show Bits and Pieces. Keep sharing the live. Leave a comment and continue to share the live, and so that others can join us. So that others can join the conversation this afternoon. Let's take this musical break to be right back.
The vibe with originalhits.com.
Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
Pepe Jengo, the papesa no want to do it, do. The pocket rock you, lepe, where you want me true. I can see. All the good that do for me, oh. I pay your blessing to plant me, and I get cut out to do, oh. You open the made a way. Make my enemy carry away. They want to hold it down. I think people make their games. Me, they so tell them that me not telling you, okay. She open the corridor for me to pass. Say, okay. She how you turning around for people, they were to pay. She prayed, I carried, and I get the kitchen and do well. Congratulations. Yeah, all my kids they wanted me for. All of my kids I give it to God. They think you do it for my mom.
The man CRC right here. The song is called Congratulations. It's a wonderful song. This afternoon right here on Bits and Pieces. If you just join us, we'd like to say welcome and keep sharing the live. And so I'm giving out 10,000 this afternoon on the show. I'm giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars. And so all you need to do now is to play the cash giveaway. Continue to play star 799 star 90 hash. Star 799 star 90 hash. You play with 200 Liberian dollars. You stand a chance to win for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars. Star 799 star 90 hash. Star 799 star 90 hash. Play with 200 Liberian dollars. You win for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars this afternoon on the show. This is Bits and Pieces. It's on the Voice of Liberia. And so keep playing star 799 star 90 hash. Play with 200 Liberian dollars. And you stand a chance to win for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars this afternoon. Keep sharing it live as we move on and begin to do the acknowledgement here. Let's begin to do the acknowledgement here quickly. This person says, good afternoon, Voice of Liberia family. I'm following from Chicken Soup Factory, Basel Town. Thanks for always educating us. Mary Tule says, good afternoon, sir. I'm following you from New Georgia Estate, District number 13. Thanks for the great job. George Watkins Jr. says, good afternoon, everyone. I'm following from my comfort zone in District 13, Montserrat County, Liberia. George T.O.J. Brown says, good afternoon, veteran. Jala, he says, but Jala is not here, but he will join us. And he says, I'm watching from my reading room. at Prosa office on UL main campus. Aleno says, I'm watching from Banga, Bon County this afternoon. J. Tonola Mangil says, I'm following from Banga, Bon County. Peter One Day says, good afternoon, big brother. I'm following you from Crown Hill. Thanks for the show. Abaku Esto says, good afternoon. I'm watching live from Zweju City, Grand Jida County. Francis Kaki says, good afternoon, my brother. This is Francis Kaki from Bon County. Anthony Sims says, I'm watching from Beaumont City. Ambrose Peter Cassie says, good afternoon. I'm watching from Johnsonville, Uptown Turning Point. Asata and Millard says, good afternoon, Brother George. I'm watching live from Soul Clinic Community. Good to be on the show. Ralph Cooper says, I'm watching from Denver, Colorado, USA. And Saturday, Zanie Woodward says, I'm watching from Atlanta, GAUSA. Good afternoon, sir. Okay, thanks. And just share the live. Please share the live, and so that others can join the conversation this afternoon. And so, like I said, controversial Representative Yeke Koloba today, his vehicle was seen parked in the same venue that brought the contention of Capitol Hill, that led to the Speaker of the majority bloc instructing police officers to drain his vehicle. But today the lawmaker was seen with another vehicle, and he drove the vehicle and parked it at the same venue that brought the contention, or that brought the noise of Capitol Hill that has gone viral now in the country. It's being talked about now everywhere. But today the lawmaker vehicle was seen parked, at the same location. And after he left, it did not take time. We saw Cougar also driving towards where his vehicle was being parked. Soon as Yeke left, it did not take much time. We saw Cougar driving towards where his vehicle was parked, but before he could arrive, Yeke was not on the scene. And, he arrived at the time Yeke was gone. He was not on the scene. And so, like I said, too many things to talk about. Too many things we'll talk about this afternoon. There is this health facility that is being owned and managed by a Ghanaian national. And I'm interested in this story. And so we'll take some time to talk about it this afternoon. I don't know, but I will talk to Chris. Chris has been following this development. Chris will bring us up to speed. He will bring us up to speed about this development that coming in from the Fidelity Healthcare Center this afternoon on Bits and Pieces. And we will have some discussion surrounding what is happening at the healthcare center this afternoon on the show. I mean, when people are working, there's a need, whether Liberian, whether where you're from, whether Muslim or whoever. We need to respect people living in this country. We need to respect people living in this country. You can have people working for you, responsible people working for you, and then you don't pay them. Imagine over 10 months. How you expect these people to cater to their family? They have to go on the rampage. But we'll talk to Chris. Chris has been following this development. He was on the scene this afternoon, and so we'll talk to Chris on the show this afternoon. Chris will run us through it, and after which we will continue the conversation right here this afternoon on Bits and Pieces. And so let's leave it as it is and try to talk with Chris this afternoon on the show. Chris reports for Voice of Liberia. And of course, Chris has been, following this development. And so we have Chris on the line. Christopher Bestman would like to say good afternoon. It's good to have you this afternoon in Bits and Pieces.
Good afternoon, Comrade George Way, and let me say good afternoon to all of our many listeners listening to Voice of Liberia, Bits and Pieces, and all of our stations in all of the counties listening to Voice of Liberia. It's a pleasure being on the show this afternoon.
Thank you, Chris. You've been following this development from the Fidelity Healthcare Center. Just tell us, how did it go today? You've been following this development.
Yeah, so George, you are correct. The Fidelity Health Care Center is a health center located in Cinco on the 20th Street around the Totman Avenue. So Fidelity Hospital have been providing services for both residents in Cinco and its surrounding. But it was unfortunate this morning, very shocking to hear that the staffers and that of professional nurses were on a cold flow this morning demanding for salary.
They said how many months they not being paid?
So I spoke to almost all of them, and most of the nurses, they told me that they've been working with the facility for over 5 years, and most often their salary has not been effective. And I spoke to the spokesperson, and he said that most of the staffers and that of the nurses, they have not been taking paid since January up to December. So the institution owed them about 10 months, some of them 5 months. So according to them, they have been, meeting, passing through several procedures, ranging from their supervisors of various departments, and to the administrator, the manager, and that of the CEO. But according to them, all of their efforts seems to be very fruitless. And so they even reach out to the Ministry of Labor, for the Ministry of Labor told them that they were going to get a redress. They went to the Liberia Nursing Board Authority. They went to the Liberia Medical Regulatory Authority. They also went to the Ministry of Health. So they passed through all of the processes, and they fear that the process will actually delay because some of them live distances. Like I spoke to one of the nurses. She said that she lived all the way as far as Dwazo around the Rapperfield Highway. So sometimes it has been very challenging for her to transport herself, to reach the medical center. But she's been doing all what she can in a way to be on work in time. But then one of them also told me that they have been on a constant pressure by the CEO, whose name is one Benny Benny. He's a Ghanaian national, and he's the chief executive officer for the Fidelity Healthcare Center, and he has been seriously imposing tax on them that if you ever miss a day, you will be fired, threatening them. So they actually came to one accord as a team, as a group, as an organization, as a professional nurses, and to discuss as a team and see how best they can raise alarm so that the public and the government can be aware of what actually unfolding. So most of them have not been paid for 10 months, 5 months, 6 months. Even I even spoke to the chief driver of the facility who's driving the ambulance, and she said that she wasn't also paid for 10 months as well. She's a female. So,
my understanding, Chris, my understanding here is that you have people from the Ministry of Health, people from the Ministry of Labor. They met with the nurses. What they said they discussed.
So fortunate for me, I was the first journalist that arrived on the scene. So when I opened a live camera, about 15 or 10 minutes, I interviewed their group workers. In a few minutes, we saw the presence of the president of the Liberia Medical Dental Council. We also saw staffers from the Liberia Medical Regulatory. Also saw men, police from the Liberia National Police, Inspector General from the Ministry of Labor, and other stakeholders in the medical sector. So they came in and then they went to the CEO. They actually met with their grief workers, and then they explained their grievances. They gave the plaques, and then they gave the reason for which they are going on a go slow. And they said that they are tired of being marginalized and being underpaid. So we were there. I've been following up the process. So when I went to a conversation with the CEO, he actually admitted that he's been holding a staff for over 10 months, some of them 10 months. And it's interesting to know that both their arrears and their benefit along with their salary is about something around 100,000 United States dollars. So it's a huge sum of money. And also frustratingly, they also talked about there were other trained experts and that of professional doctors who also resigned because of this same salary issue. So there were
Did
many
he?
others who been resigning.
Did he, Chris?
Salary demand.
Chris, did he state reasons as to why he hasn't been able to pay these nurses that at the facility?
So I tried making effort to see what I can talk to him, but he told me that he's not able to face the media now. He will talk to the media, but then I also forced him to talk to the Inspector General of the Ministry of Labor, and he said that all is under control. They signed a memorandum of understanding, and then he told the workers that he will actually pay them for 2 months out of the 10 months he been owing most of them, and they said no. You cannot be owing us for 10 months and then giving us 2 months. In fact, what will we be eating? How will we be transporting ourselves to be coming to work? So they were actually resisting on that. So there were a memorandum of understanding that was signed between the government of Liberia, not with the Workers Association. A memorandum of understanding was signed between the government of Liberia and that of the management of the Fidelity Healthcare Center. So,
What did the nurses say to you about probably if their box refuses to pay them? What's the next action that they are expected to take?
they said that the action will be unspecified. There will be unspecified action if the CEO continue to delay their salary, and there will be a specified action. In fact, there will be no one going to work at all. So I even asked them whether they were patient. They said no. They closed all of the rooms, and then there were no patients. They discharged all of the patients. And it's also interesting to know that other, community to other residents around, will continue to say that the Fertility Health Center has been one of the major, most expensive. Imagine paying for a service for over 3,000, 4,000 Liberian dollars, getting that huge sum of money and not paying your workers. It was actually baffling for them. So
things are tough.
We cannot be seeing the money coming in. We cannot be seeing the money coming in, and then we are not being paid. So passerby, I also talk to some passerby, as one determined or community to other residents of that vicinity, and they also told me that the Fidelity Clinic is one of the most expensive clinics within a single belt.
Things are tough. What did they say to you about their survivability? How are they surviving? How are they managing? Imagine working to a facility for 10 months plus and you're not being paid. How are they managing to sustain the attendance?
The fear was because of the hardship in the country, the economic hardship. But some of them, never wanted to, just terminate their work or to tender their resignation. So they were still looking forward to the management. That was the reason why they actually struck their peaceful assembly today to get the attention of the government and other stakeholders in the medical sector. So, I asked one of the female nurses, and she told me that when she received a salary, she will resign. In fact, the other one said that she had even resigned. But unfortunately, the institution owed her over 10 months, and moreover, her daughter is about to graduate from one of the universities, and she's financially, on a constraint in getting resources. So some of them have resigned, some of them are planning to resign, and some of them are also planning to uphold to their profession to save life.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Thank you so much.
It was nice having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Christopher Bestman is he's one of our staffs there. He has been following this development. David Bouquet, you are calling me if you want to partake on the show. Yes, you can just read down my number, Mr. David Bouquet. He tried calling me, but I missed a call. If you want to partake on the show, yes, you can call me now. I'll pick your call. And so, fellow Liberians, you listen to our reporter who has been following this development. And I think the Ministry of Labor will have to step in. The Ministry of Health, they have to step in to ensure that the nurses can get their salary, they can get their needed salary that they've been able to work for. We understand the economic. We are aware that things are tough, but again, they are family heads. They are family heads. They went to school. They got the knowledge that they have today. They took time to learn. Today, they have the job. Why they will be working and they're not being paid? And you listen to the guy, he said the facility is a private facility that is being operated by this Benin fellow who's a Ghanaian national. I don't have time. What are you from? Wherever? What are you, Muslim man? What are you, Ghana national, or where are you from? But the fact is, people need to respect people labor. They've worked for over 10 months and you can't pay them. The Ministry of Labor will have to step in. They have to intervene. They have to come down on this facility. There are people that the same good life you live in, they want to do the same. That's why they went to school. You employ them. So why refuse to pay them? This is wrong. So how do you expect these people to survive? How do you expect the nurses to survive? And I think this time around, it won't be something where people will just go there from one ministry and they go to get a small thing, they get a kick by and they turn it back. They are Liberians. What they've worked for, they should be able to get what they work for. Our people can work for 10 months and they're not being paid by one Ghanaian national, one Benin at the Fidelity Healthcare Center. These people are going through a lot. We all understand the economic. We all understand how tough things is. Things are tough these days. And so there's a need that this Ghanaian national pay these people. They have their families. They got other responsibilities to cater to that require fundings, that require finance. They cannot have them done without finance. So why deprive the people of what they've worked for? Why deprive them of what they work for over the time? Imagine 10 months is something huge. I'm just sitting and wondering as to how they've been managing. Benin, I don't think it was wrong for the people to say, yes, we want to work for Benin at the Fidelity Healthcare Center. I don't think their action to work for you is a bad thing. But what is bad is your refusal to pay them. And you have to pay these people. And they have to continue on the path that they've started on. It's a good thing. And so continue to play the cash giveaway. Continue to play the cash giveaway. Star 799. Star 90 hash. Star 799. Star 90 hash. You play with just the $200 Liberian dollars. You win 10,000 Liberian dollars. Star 799. Star 90 hash. In other country, you don't go there and do that kind of thing. In other countries, you don't do it. But because of the mindset we Liberians we have, the corrupt mind we have, everything should be about us. When it's not done, it should be Peter. When it's not Peter, it should be Paul. Why? That thing he's doing, you don't do it even in Ghana. You can't do it in Ghana. You can't have people working for you and they're not being paid. This is wrong. And I hope this situation won't be like a normal thing where they go when people from the ministry try to intervene, they just go and they get them something and lay envelope and the girls that they be gone. These people have to be paid. They are Liberians. You can get one Ghanaian man and sit down here, then you be ill-treating our people. You be ill-treating our people. Our leaders will have to stand up. Your people are going through a lot. What is that? Imagine 10 months. How do you expect these people to survive? How do they get meals for their family? How do they sustain their families? How do they do that? And I think Benin, you have to pay the nurses at your facility. Pay them. If you want to let them go, probably you want to sack them, you do whatever. But they have to be paid. It is against the labor law of our country. You don't do that. You don't do that. No Liberian will leave and go do that thing in Ghana. You can't do it there. But you come here and you want to do things out of the way. But I don't blame these people. Our leaders are the one that will be held responsible for what's happening in our country. These people will just come here and do whatever they want to do at any point in time. They come here and do whatever they want to do. Is that how our people supposed to suffer? Is that how our people supposed to suffer? I'm calling on the Ministry of Health The Ministry of Labor, you guys have to step in. You guys will have to step in and ensure that these nurses are paid. And so let's do some acknowledgement here. It's a Saturday. Zoe says, watching from Atlanta, GA, USA. Good afternoon, sir. Okay, I think I read a comment. Andrew S. Fire Jr. said progressive. Okay, no. CDC Papi Success Cater for Life. Good afternoon. Force of Liberia from Dupo Road. God, please have mercy on JMB Liberia. Borges GK Lamadan. Borges GK Lamadan says, good afternoon, George Way. Following the conversation from Pinsville City District 6. Bobby Wopler. Bobby Wopler says, a pleasant good afternoon, Voice of Liberia. I'm following the show this afternoon in my Propo Conon in Kawa, New Georgia, precisely Forkett Town community. Thomas Tiller says, keep pushing, brother. Okay. Harris J. Saki says, I'm watching you from Kakata City. Thanks for the great job. Andrew Trogon Bestman. Andrew Trogon Bestman says, such thing can never happen in Ghana. A Ghanaian taking our people to joke as jokers. I don't blame those people that are taking our people to be what? Yeah, you gotta look at it better. We'll blame our leaders. So keep playing the cash giveaway. Star 799 star 90 hash. Star 799 star 90 hash. Nathan SK Dolo says, good afternoon to my brother. My name is Nathan SK Dolo from Banga, Bon County. Star 799 star 90 hash. Play with 200 Liberian dollars, and then you win for yourself 10,000. Yeah, I will do too many draws here today. I will do too many draws on the show this afternoon. So what you need to do now is to play as many times as you can play, and so that you be a winner of 10,000 Liberian dollars. Star 799 star 90 hash. Star 799 star 90 hash. Play with 200, and then you win for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars this afternoon. Elijah K. Cully. Elijah says, good afternoon, my dear friend and brother. Thank you so much for the show. I'm watching live from Kakata, Maigibi County this afternoon. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for following the show this afternoon. And so we have to stand up as Liberians. Our leaders have to stand up. Your people are being ill-treated. Your people, they're going through a lot at the Fidelity Healthcare Center. The intervention of the government or the leaders at this point in time is key, very important. For the Ministry of Labor, the Ministry of Health, the leaders of that district, we have to also intervene, because you know what? It is about your people. The people who elected you, they telling you, or they in tears at this time. They in tears. And you should not be happy about it. You have to go to their aid. Speak on their behalf. Sit with the people and know what's happening. And so that it is resolved. Because what's happening at that facility, no Liberian, no one Liberian will leave from Liberia and go to any other country and go do that thing there. No one Liberian will do that. But you got people coming to Liberia and doing things that they're not to do. They involved with things that they're not to do. Why you will get one Ghanaian that will come here? You open a health facility, you employ Liberians, and you not pay them. So how you expect them to survive? But like I've said, you can hold these kind of people responsible for what's happening. Our leaders are the one that we should hold reliable. They should be hold for what's happening. Why our people, the ordinary people, will continue to suffer in such form and manner? They're striving, they're going through a lot. For over 10 months. 10 months. You can pay them. Where did they go wrong? And Benny, the CEO and owner of it, the Fidelity Healthcare Center, you have to pay those nurses. You have to do that. It is important. You have to do it. Or else, I know some of my good big brothers at the Ministry of Labor will communicate with them and will ensure that the steps in. Because what is happening to our Liberian brothers and sisters, you don't go in other country and people do it to people there. You don't leave from your country, you go to other country and do that thing. That's nonsense. You don't do that. You don't do that. And this is wrong. Truth be told, it is wrong. And so, keep playing the cash giveaway. Don't forget the cash giveaway. I'm giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars. And so you need to play continuously. Star 799 star 90 hash. Star 799 star 90 hash. Play with just 200 Liberian dollars. And then you win yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars. Star 799 star 90 hash. Star 799 star 90 hash. Play with just 200 Liberian dollars. And then you win for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars. Fellow Liberians, just before I open the line, or before I start to take the calls, fellow Liberians, there is something that I have seen and it's concerning. It is concerning. And we have to talk about it. We all have to talk about it. It's about our people. There's a market that is being constructed, quote unquote market that is being constructed by Tawumbe in district number 9, Nima County. But I don't know how the lawmakers take Those who stood under the sun and the rain to have them elected, how do they take these people to be? Do your lawmakers or leaders see you very important? Do they see you very important, or to be very important to the life they live today, the resources they have today? Do they recognize you to be the one that made them to have it today? I would say no. They've not. They've not. And so the lawmakers, they see you, the ordinary people, probably to be people that are not serious. That's how they see you to be like. Imagine a lawmaker. Imagine a lawmaker constructing the thing. See the thing. See the thing. Those of you watching the live, see this. See this thing. Does the thing look like a market? Fellow Liberians? It doesn't. But you got one lawmaker go pull a sample. See the thing. He take big sample and go place it there. And then he's boasting away, passing all around Facebook. See the thing. Does it even look like a market kitchen? It doesn't. Just one little palaba hot. The entire Wumwe is on Facebook. You see what's happening? So, how the lawmakers take you elected them to be federal Liberians? Is that a market? Or a mini town hall? It doesn't even represent a town hall, sir. And then you say you're going to delegate our thing. Then you say you on Facebook and posting and saying all sort of things. How you lawmakers take our people to be like? They are important. They are very important. You don't go to the people with that kind of thing. So even if they sit on that thing, even if they sit on that thing, how many persons will sit there? Okay, let's say, yeah, how many persons will go on dating here? Fellow Liberians, how many persons? Then you look at that kind of thing, you say that market. Let me get it out. Okay, I think this is it. Okay. I want to get this stuff off correctly. Let me get it out from this end so that you see how many persons can go on the thing. I'm not even talking about maybe when you have this is it. How many persons can go on the thing? You say you've constructed a modern market and you will dedicate it. Will be the first and the biggest. All that sort of things. See this thing. That Wumwe constructed this stuff in Nimba, and he's on Facebook and saying all kind of things. That market here. How many persons will go on the thing here? How many persons? These people should start playing fun out of our people. If you are elected and you got nothing to offer, it's better you just forget about it and stop The fun. That's fun. You play under the people. You were elected. You got 3 cardinal responsibilities. You've not been able to make law. But you go, you sit there. You're not even representing the people properly. Some of you were seeing RLJ. You're enjoying yourself, living the best of life. And then you go build something that can I even be 100 bricks? It can be 100 blocks. Then you're playing fun out of the people. You go, you take one big sample, you put it there, then you put your photo on it. What's that? What's that? I will take a few calls this afternoon, and I will come back and I will come back and we move on to our final discussion. Our final talking point this afternoon. Otaka Kaho says good afternoon. My good friend George Way, and I'm watching you live from a residence in Maryland, USA. Doris Go says I'm following you from Kakata City. Thanks for the show. Flomoti David. Orange needs to stop playing with us, agents. Blocking access to our commission during the weekend is unacceptable. Can you imagine weekend? But Orange will have that resolved. Yeah. Hope you can have it resolved. Munya Sharif says, good afternoon, brother Jala. Jala. No, Jala is not here. Yes. He says, I'm following you from district number 9. Think this afternoon. Yes, thank you. So we'll take few calls 0773419502, 0773419502, better still 05551847110, 0773419502. Let's take our first caller on the show. Good afternoon. Caller, good afternoon. Oh my word, we lost him. 0773419502, 0773419502, better still 0555184711, 0555184711, or those of you in the counties, you can call us on 0773. Let's take this person. Good afternoon. Hello. Okay. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're live on Bits and Pieces. Let's hear you. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Vincent Vessel, the second Tucson and Nima. I'm calling from Banga, Bon County.
From Banga. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
You know, town when just because they didn't struggle for that position, because the man, you can't see your own data, you can't see your own view, you really just know the culture of the people. But the people just brought you, they just that position, so you feel that you play rapper. So at the end of the day, you decide to play for the position number 9. And they get come that way, they should know that the position number you get the brain on board to make a lead of better people number 9. And first, after when you accept that position, you tell me on foreign affairs. I don't know what, yes. So these are some of the problems that are solving it like today. Because they don't money, the one that remove the no good role. We expect the need to tell legislation and the position will benefit for nothing. So I think this is to decide council right now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's take call from this other end. Let's get calls from this line. Okay, all right. Okay. Oh, we lost this person. 0773 978 0773 978 0773 978 That line is for those of you in the counties and you want to make your point. 0773 978 if you're in Monrovia, you can call us on 077341 9502, 0773 419502. This person, good afternoon. Hello. I'm okay. What's your name? From where you call?
This is a magnetic force that made a lot of people.
Go ahead, let's hear you. Go ahead from IGB.
Yeah, George, I want to say thank you for 50 only, or I want to say thank you to the boss of Nigeria, or the boss of Nigeria, come on, for 50 only. But let me tell you, George, everything Ghana, como officially leading, what officially like here. No foreign trade here for doing Ghana, and then no being a rented from them. The day you dare make mistake, you do pay that rented, you will throw off of that t-shirt. There's one more in our country, but George, I will always say and will keep saying, we don't blame these people, we blame our leaders, because they sold themselves to these people. If the government can hold that record for 10 months, 11 months, one more about a parasitism or a business person who did our business in the country, they will definitely follow that the leader lead, and what happens, they follow, they follow right, that's what happened in the country. So I can't tell you for our brothers and sisters who waiting for them. Let them be kind. Let them the way they started, let them remain on our platform, and then what God gave for them is get it. But let me tell you, George, what happened in this country? What happened in this country? It is very bad, very, very bad. But we don't believe these people who believe our leaders first. They don't know themselves. They don't know why they're leading. They only get there because they want to get. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. There is currently a peaceful march up Capitol Hill. There is currently a peaceful march. I see some women, they got placards in their hands. They are currently up Capitol Hill. For what reasons? We're hoping that we will touch base on Chris with Chris to see whether he just check it out quickly. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Good afternoon. My name is Papi Lavra. I join you from Bapolo.
From Bapolo County. Go ahead. You live.
Okay. Thank you ever so much for giving me the time. You know, our people, we elect in the country, they don't have love for the citizens, for people who elected them. This is why they go ahead doing all sorts of things. You know, when the students come and see the way you see their own child, when that person want to act, that's the same way they will do. In fact, they will do more than the way you see your child. But if they see you showing love to your child, they will show more love to the child. But our people are very bad. They don't have love for their country, and this is why next may come and do unto us. So it's very bad for us, we Liberians, to be able to do. You see, in other countries, people go for private jobs. They don't go for government job because to do government work, that you have to get passion for it. You have to be humanitarian.
Thank you.
But in Liberia, people who don't go for it because there's a lot of money and they want to enrich themselves.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's get this person. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Welcome, Mr. George.
I'm okay. What's your name?
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. The afternoon from the Liberia Junction.
Go ahead from here, Liberia Junction. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Mr. George, you know, it is too discouraging in the country. Every day when you turn to the media, you can hear positive news about our country, about our officials, about progress. Nothing you hear about it. Every day that's setback. What happened? What the big deal? When you as a leader, you go to other guys, you as a labor minister or a minister of health to tell a particular entity to tell the guy to put their money. Everybody just care after their own pocket. You want to go there, they care for themselves. It is me and myself. That kind of mentality. When our leader was put stop to it, I felt bad when I hear about the kind of information that you're giving about the health facility.
Yeah, they call the place Fidelity Health Care Center.
Yeah, I felt bad. You know what I mean? For somebody who for 10 months in the country, they can't receive the salary. How do somebody have been surviving? How do they put their children going to school?
Yeah,
that's the question. What about those people that do have? What about when I pay rent?
And the people doing the thing, you can't do it in that country.
There's no way
you can do it there.
It can never happen. It will not. If I in Ghana, but we follow that. We follow them. If you go to shops or to market in Ghana, you will not share. You will not share there. What will happen here is that you will have to employ Ghanaians to be to serve as the point person for that business. Then what's the ill at when they come here, they're not able to empower us. Because our leaders they sell themselves for cheap price. That's
Thank
the
you, brother.
situation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate your concern this afternoon on the show. Bits and Pieces is on Voice of Liberia. We here Mondays through Fridays. I'm George Way and Jala. I'm told he's stuck in the traffic. But I don't know. He's expected to join me later. Let's take this person on the show. Good afternoon. Welcome to Bits and Pieces on Voice of Liberia. What's the name?
Good afternoon, my brother.
What's the name?
Yeah, I'm Sonny calling from Luganda.
Sonny, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, you see that representative that time one way, man. That LRG money, that one he used to be that papa.
My man.
Call him back in.
My man. Then I mean money, sir. Then I get anything from that place.
Yeah.
Because when you see the thing, brother, you will feel bad. You will shed tears.
That's some of it you seeing so. That's some of it you seeing so. You gotta get disgracing our country from one day to another, from one day to another. Seriously, I'm telling you so. And that health facility is that means the Liberia government now you close that place until that may pay the people before you reopen that place. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Keep playing the cash giveaway. Star 799 star. Star 799 star 90 hash. Star 799 star 90 hash. Play with $200 Liberian dollars. And then you win yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars. Keep the calls coming. Those of you in the counties, 0773 978564 0773 978564, or better still 0773 419502. This person is on the line. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm okay. What's your name from where you call?
I'm Delato. I'm calling from Kakata.
You said?
I'm a little bit constrained to get on the line.
What you call constraint? Go ahead, let's hear you.
I'm calling you from Kakata.
Go ahead.
You know, actually, thank you for the show. I've been following you. All what you said. It's just the fact. But one of the problems, all people who give up independence in this country, in order to work for us. Because if our forefathers here during that day when they would teach us love to get love for one another, I tell you no lie, nobody will see to certain position, want to talk about their brother and sister who get in the power. But sometimes you will see the man looking good in the community, but by the time you get in the position, you go and join the guys in the place there and you follow the same way. The issue of our brother being in a market where they appear to be like making fun of the people.
Yeah.
I expect that guy to be that kind of person. But I'm surprised now saying if you're on the RG hotel now, food to buy it.
Say you join RG, guys.
Yeah. Say you join RG hotel now, no abilities. So I guess our people will need to learn how to show love to one another. That's the only way that God can be developed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And okay, all right. Shortly, I will do the first draw. Very shortly, I'll do the first draw. But too many calls, the line just blaming. Let me take this present. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Let's hear you.
Yeah, come on, Willie.
You said?
Come back, Willie.
Where you call from? Let's hear you.
I call from Bon County. My name is George Smoke. I call from Bon County to be precise. Zienshu.
Go ahead, but Jala is not here anyway. Go ahead.
Okay. How you doing?
Go ahead. Let's hear you. You live. Zero 0773419502 0773419502. Better still 0555 184711 are the numbers that put your voices through this afternoon on the show. This present. Good afternoon.
Yeah, my brother.
Yeah, hello. Go ahead. Let's hear you. You live on the show.
The name remains Idrissa. Yeah, my brother, indeed.
Church, is a sad foundation. You see, the leaders, they are all bunch of evil geniuses. So have no love for the country. They are just a Satan. Okay, that's life. The guys are evil forces. Yeah, no love for them.
Okay, thank you. Murphy Hennen says, I'm watching from District 9, where one of the best lawmakers live, Representative Foucault. This government is not governing well, brother. Durance Roberts says, I'm following you from Lofa County, to be precise, Kolahun District. Otaka Kahu says, I'm watching. Thank you so much. Keep the calls coming. 0773-419-502. Let's get this caller right here on the line. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, brother Joy. Good afternoon to the family of Pastor Babro. I'm Philip Detroit, joining from Bonkande.
Philip, go ahead.
Yeah, brother, thank you for the topic on the screen. When you're the kind of views, it's very disheartening to all, like people who work, professional people, they're not able to get a pay for almost 10 months. It's very disheartening because the nurses, like the woman where you're talking about, she live way in Dwazon. From Dwazon, Ralphie Highway to come all the way to work. You know how much it costs? And those things, like what my other brother was saying, though in the other country, they can't accept that because they prioritize their citizens first. But I would say our leader, they are not care for us because, like what you were saying, the other guy that went there from the ministry, the health ministry and the labor ministry, they just going there to go. I don't really know. You will maybe you just pay the people for almost 2 to 3 months. They will just sort out our whole thing because they're not prioritize sport. They're not good at that because Ghanaians we agree. You establish a health facility, is helpful to us, but pay the people that are working there. Why should we hold the post salary for almost 10 months? How do you expect the people to survive? Then about brother from District 9, that bill, what you say, now you need to 10 brace. So the thing, I can blame with the electric because we can look at the people track record before putting it there. You see when the man doing what he paying your palaba, selling the palaba horse. Then you see that market. Are you making it? So now when they not know that
fun, the other man playing, that fun he play, making out the people there.
That fun making fun of the people you elect you, they are the people that employ you. And you know, even if you want to pay that market, you can use that money to pay different facility. But you pay that kind of kitchen, I can say kitchen because they were looking at on Facebook. They're looking at kitchen. But just why it happening in our country, the District 2, you pay the palava when you see the thing myself, I guess I can pay when in 2 days time. You see that palava you pull on Facebook here in campaign where they electing. So I can't blame the people. I blame with the electorate because can look at the post track record. But maybe when we in Ladando hotel for almost 2 to 3 months, you think what I mean on a lot of lawmaking. Nothing. Because you did not get right. When should we have your own after that yeah, but I'm go later in hotel for 3 months. That money should have been used for different facilities. That's what we're saying. So that my brother will inside will just pray to God.
Thank you. Thank you. And sometimes the reason for which we always hold the government foot to the fire when some of these things are happening. I mean, let me take this person. Good afternoon.
Yeah, George.
You're live on the show. What's your name? From where you call?
My brother, this country is just a sad reality, brother.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, to see a leader has no love for country is frustrating. The guys were hungry and riot, cutting palm, getting leadership. Then the men will try to squander opportunities. All of them, these leaders, they are evil forces. They have no love for country. The men will be hungry passing around. You get a job straight. You made a man change. You get to big shot. You spread many in hotel doing a whole lot of things. I mean, it's sad, man. They country pass, they'll go.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Caller, good afternoon.
How are you, John? How are you?
I'm okay. What's your name? From where you call?
Yeah, I call from Bitzville. My name is Tobo A. Tobo.
Go ahead, sir.
You see, the Fidelity Hospital is very, very expensive. Very expensive. The operator is the Ghanaian. Let me tell you, I went to school in Ghana. I spent almost 8 years there.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
On the camp where we were staying, I'm telling you, if you have a place like a market, a Liberian market, Ghanaians will never buy from you. They prefer buying for the Ghanaians counterpart. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
All this money that this guy is making here is carrying it back to Ghana to build his home.
That's what they do.
It would never happen in Ghana. What? The Liberian open a hospital and then you don't pay the Ghanaians? In fact, the government will not even allow you to open a hospital in Ghana. They would never allow you. But you know, you don't blame these people, we blame our own leaders who are here. 10 months, those people have been crying to the government to come to their aid, but they never did. 10 months, people are working under the rain and sun. They have their children to go to school. You know, you don't cater to them. But rather, you know, when you come there, you talk with the management, you know, they give you kickbacks, and they find their way. Liberians never prioritize their own citizens. They prefer foreigners. It happens here, even in the Lebanese stores, where you get the Lebanese, you know, having at stores.
Mm-hmm.
See how they treat the Liberians who are working there. Nothing kind of it. You see? So you don't blame people, you know, you blame our own government, officials. You understand? If I was the president or even I was the minister of health, I would close the hospital down until we settle gas salary.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. When you read the labor law of the country, it talks about workers' compensation. And you cannot have an institution you employ nurses there and you can live up to that law. There's another law that talks about benefits to employees, whether they injure or they become ill. Imagine, there's a law. You have to be able to do that. It's a law that is under the labor laws of our country. It's another type of law under the labor laws of our country. So we're not even talking about where the people not sick, they're not ill or they're not sick, and you know they healthy, they're moving very strong. So why you cannot compensate these people? They're not on medical leave. They're not on medical leave. So one thing, the government should also be aware that they also play a very crucial role. They play a critical role in enforcing the labor laws as a government, especially the various agency. Good afternoon.
How are you? This is Wako calling from New Georgia Estate.
From New Georgia, go ahead.
My dear, I'm lying down here. I feel so broken about the news pertaining to our people. Our people that have been treated like animals.
That's what's happening.
We cannot blame that Ghanaian, because I see that there's no law and order in this country. So at the end of the day, the Ghanaians will do anything to our people and walk away. You imagine the lady that coming from that distance? You know what it means to transport herself? Or the month quick to end. How do you expect these people to sustain the families? No money, no food. What become of them? The other one daughter will soon be graduating. It's too sorrowful. So there's a need for the government to do something. Sometimes I ask myself whether we even get government. Yes, nobody advocating for these people. So many months they've been complaining. 10 months, 7 months, 5 months. It's too much. That is shut that whole so-called fidelity that's so expensive down. Fidelity exploiting us, my brother. I've visited them before. When they call one money, your hair crack.
I'm told it's very expensive.
We appreciate you. They're the people. Don't treat our people like animals. Ghanaians can never do it. I stay in Nigeria. 9 years. When you're selling, nobody wants to buy from you. Yes, we've been treated like animals. Walking, we travel all over. We saw these things. My dear, you will not believe it. I went to India this short time for 3 months, 3 weeks. My husband and I we are talking there. I know what I saw. When you saw $1 rupees, they don't care to look at your face. They're suffering in that place, but when they come to Liberia, I want people under their pussy, living under the bridges in India. But here, we'll be treating our people like animals only because they want the daily bread. So that some Nigerians need to rise to the feet. It's too much.
Thank
the
you.
Nigerians, the Ghanaians, the Indians, all of the foreigners, they don't treat our people well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Star 799 star 90 hash. Star 799 star 90 hash. You play with just $200 Liberian dollars. You stand a chance to win 10,000. Star 799 star 90 hash. Star 799 star 90 hash. Play with $200 Liberian dollars. And then you stand a chance to win for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars this afternoon. Sometimes the reasons you see us, let me see. I don't know whether the person want to partake on the show. Good afternoon.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good afternoon. What's the name for where you call? You want to partake on the show? Oh, we'll talk later. Sometimes the reason you see us putting government feet to the fire when some of these things are happening, because it is the government that is to enforce the labor laws of the country. It is the government that is to enforce it. But when people are very corrupt to the extent that they don't care for the ordinary citizens, that's what you get. Why will a Ghanaian man even sit in front of you and tell you, say, these people they work for 10 months, I owe them, but I want to get them 2 months, 1 month. Then you go and stand in front of your people, you tell them, say, the people say you work for 10 months, but want to get 2 months. Now fun that you're making out of the people. What's that? You can leave from here and go to Ghana or other countries and do that thing that Benin guy is doing. You don't do it. And frustratingly, you got somebody there from the Ministry of Labor. He's in that meeting. And you sit there, and the guy said to you that, oh yes, that's true. I don't pay the people for 10 months, yeah. But you thought of them. I'll pay your way to go back there, I'll get the people 2 months, 2 months. What is that? And you're making money. You get the money to pay the people. Why you not want to pay the people? And the labor Lord, also talks about you employees, you can file a lawsuit against your employers. Because that's a clear violation of the labor laws of the country. So once you violate the laws, specifically the labor laws of the country, those you employ, they can file a civil lawsuit against you for violating the laws, the labor law of the country. And it should not just be about protest. It should not just be about protest, fellow Liberians. You can file a lawsuit against that man, and you guys will receive your money. You have to do that. What is that? Why you will come here and you start to treat Liberians as if to say they don't know what they're doing. That's what happening. But again, like I said, we will communicate with some of our big brothers from the Ministry of Labor to ensure that they place some calls to that facility. This is about our own people. It's about Liberians, our brothers, our mothers, our sisters are the ones that are being treated in such form and manner, and there's a need that their concern be addressed. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Brother Josh.
I'm okay. What's the name? From where you call?
I'm David E. Harris.
Go ahead, David.
From Benson Street. Brother Josh, you know the reason why most often people in our sector will not file their case to the labor ministry is because most of our ministers are tend to back us to these guys.
You see?
They go to these guys and beg them, call them thief. And they give them few dollars to put in their pocket. So as a result, if you have employee carrying cases to the Ministry of Labor and you find a labor official that's supposed to do the investigation and always go to that entity and beg for money, what would they do? Brother Josh, thank you for the platform.
And this is wrong. This is very, very wrong. Why would people continue to treat their friends in such form and manner? And I want to agree with the last caller, the person who just called. I want to agree with you because that's what they do. Once they go there, they get Brian video, they get in a car, they're gone. That whole thing finished. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Brother Joy. This is the voice of Mr. PDM, the main Lord to people who are here. I came for this people in Custody.
From Kakata, Maggie B, go ahead, let's hear you.
They are lacking them live for custody this afternoon. My brother, like the people who are just living, I want to say, if the father does not care about the home, he will care if it's time for the welfare of the children in the home. You think another man walk in the room and pick the child, you think what the father would do? The father will do nothing. So I will not see somebody say, no, it's not cheap.
Go ahead, make a point. Let's hear you.
We're only seeing somebody think, we are only taking the news to say somebody think because Israel will remember all, Israel will get all done. We will be a Thursday night orchestra that tomorrow say, yes, there are people in it that say this thing. But John, where if this thing happening in the country, that is secret. It's a secret. Now when I said in my previous generation, our brother and sister who were at that they should be very careful on their protest because the same government, the same justice system will go against them. They do anything, so they do, and it's not restrained. And I pray that God will guide it in that process. This country, if you're looking for ambassador or help, it seems like they're here. The ambassador of help, if you're running like they're here. Now when you see our legal people, any kind of way to feel like people on. This country is very rich. This country has everything that everyone can live a best life. But people want to suggest people today, so they will keep doing these things. So they're now a secret, brother. Thank you.
And before I leave the show this afternoon, I will play the voices of the nurses at that facility. I will play the voices of the nurses at that facility so that you listen to some of the things they've been going through. This person, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name? From where you call? You live on the show. Let's hear you. What's your name? Hello?
Hello, Brother Josh.
Yeah, you live. What's your name, sir? From where you call?
This is Mrs. Loki calling from Barnesville Estate.
You live on Bits and Pieces on Voice of Liberia. Let's hear you.
Very much, my darling. Brother Josh, you see our government officials, most of the time they go to the people under the skies and beg for money. So when there's a problem, they cannot face these people because they're afraid. I watched on 11 men telling somebody that the government is in his pocket. So at the end of the day, when there's a problem, the people want to get a solution, there will be no solution because they go there at night, collect the cost, put it in the pocket, and then to approach the people
They will always be afraid to approach them because they're then taking 1 or 2 cents from the people, calling them bosses, which is bad. At the end of the day, our poor people suffer.
That's what happening.
Our poor people suffer. So the government really needs to do something to close that entire facility down. Because our people going through a lot of stress in this country. Your own country, you can't enjoy Liberia. Then you will. You cannot enjoy Sierra Leone or Nigeria. That's not your country. These foreigners come here and treat us anyhow. We call them bosses and they're suffering in their homes. But when they come here, they are bosses. So there's a need for the people to do something. Other than that, our people will be left in the wilderness. Thank you for your platform.
Thank you. Thank you, dear brother. Thank you so much. It hurts. That's why I've come to the platform to let those nurses know that the government is to ensure that they enforce the labor laws of the country. But if the government feels that probably because of bribery or whatever, and so they allow the people to come and just behave just anyhow, they feel they want he or she wants to behave. You now the employees under the labor law, you can file a civil lawsuit against your employers. It can be done. That's a complete violation. But like a lot of the callers have said, and I want to agree with them, when these things happen, the people that are to ensure the right things are done, they care what they care about is what they will take home at the end of the conversation they will have with the heads of the entity. Let's hear you. Welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Wire.
Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name? From where you call?
Yeah, my small time is my name. I joined this afternoon from Ghana restaurant.
From Ghana'sville. Let's hear you.
Okay, let me get my voice to the many bosses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, background Guardian know that actually, yes, the Bureau can only talk without action. And they also know that the law does not have any regard for the for the So in so doing, and that means you know, he said that he owed this pro over 100,000 dollars. So why he did that is that he went to a few government officials and told them the issue. And why I told you, why you get for all your bringing I don't know, yeah, everybody is going to happen. And reason why the police went to happen today and just is because those are health records, the not there were no social action taken. But the day they may attempt to go to happen to say they want to take in on social action against that Ghanaian individual, they will get their gas. And at the end of the day, they will go like the rest. So, I want to say that the person should be close. That may, if you close that president today, that Ghanaian have nothing to lose. At the end of the day, when you pay like 10,000 all come out picture, they run 100,000, you're paying money to go buy a little better life. So this is happening in the country. I want you to not have any regard for them. So that's why this one is for others, you can't chew out the animal. That's why exactly happening. I think I do go for it. Because they tell me I just want to do everything and put you go after them. Not many are doing it. So that thing we talk today, yeah, tomorrow I get tired. Nothing will come for it. Let me tell you, thank you.
Thank you. And that is very bad. That is very, very bad. Place it in your shoe. Place it in your shoe. Just place it in your shoe so that you understand. Imagine 10 months you working and you're not taking $5. Benny, the agreement made, you have to live up to it. You have to live up to it. This country is a country of law. This country is a country of laws. You can just come here and just do whatever you want to do and you leave. You can't come here and do whatever you want to do and leave. You've violated the labor laws of the country. Why you will get people, you employ them, and at the end of the day, you can live up to the employment agreement. Why? It hurts a lot. That's why I've said place it in your shoe. And this is wrong. Our leaders that are to enforce this labor law, they're not doing it. You know why they're not doing it? Because they go the entity and they get kickback. They get money. They get brown envelope. They turn their back. So at the end, the ordinary people will continue to suffer. And this is serious. Our people will have to stand up. And this should not just be about protest. This time around, you're trying to change the narrative. You can file civil lawsuit against that man. Good afternoon.
Sure.
Yeah, good afternoon. What's the name from where you call?
Yeah, Matthew Chokwa calling from Swakoko, Bong County.
Matthew from Bong. Let's hear you. How is my own Swakoko?
Yeah, the area is okay.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, John, what you're discussing is still concerned about the labor rules in the country, you know, like we are very suffering. Seriously, because there is no good labor ministers that are being appointed from the place where we get to know ourselves in this country. Because you see, we're in the government, is one of the key areas for the citizen within the country, because you don't have a good labor law within the country. The citizens, they will suffer a lot in the country, because even they will be working and so many, they will not even benefit of what they're working for, because nothing good they will be able to see. You see, during the marching, every year I went to an area where you see a serious man. I can show you a business or area where you see a serious man looking at Liberia keeping or the sea. And nothing. I'm telling you, labor they call of fata and floor. They're going capping. Serious man. They're going capping every year about floor, area or in fata. I worked there for 5 years. Keep Liberia for sea. And the boss started flying on the ground, and nothing came from all of it. Even the men that even only business people that even working there up to the town, so they're going through stress, and nothing can come from all of it. Now we here, we're even working there because we're delaying or sorry, I got vest or one other time. The boss didn't say, "Oh, you fire." What I get for you, I will give it to you. When for me, I passed through. I never had time for it, and what they have for me, I got it for me, and I left the job. So these are some of the things that are happening in our country. Our brother, our sister, man, they are really going through a consume. And the lower minister, they don't do nothing when they send people there. The people will come and require for the worker 2 star, and then they take money off for the people when they leave from there, the worker just leaving president, man, or when they put in like working with nothing they can do. That's the problem. So thank you for your show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your point. Well noted this afternoon on Bits and Pieces. Keep playing. The cash giveaway *799 *90# *799 *90#. You play with $200 Liberian dollars, you win for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars. I'm giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars this afternoon on the show. We got 20 minutes to be here, 20 minutes to go. Star 799 star 90 hash. Play with just $200 Liberian dollars, and then you win for yourself 20,000 Liberian dollars this afternoon on the show. And when you listen to the nurses, and when you listen to those nurses, fellow Liberians, there's a need that you listen to them. And I will bring you the voices of the nurses. What's happening in this country? The government will have to stand up. Our people, the form and manner in which they've been treated, we think it is not fine. The Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Labor will have to stand up. Let's see whether we can bring the voices of the nurses at the facility this afternoon right here on Bits and Pieces. Keep playing the cash giveaway. Don't forget, Azar M. Moa says, good afternoon, Mr. Way. I'm watching you from Boys Town. Moa Azar is my name. Okay. Azar Moa, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's
Voice of Liberia, what's your name? Yes. So we want to see how best we can talk to them one-on-one. Start us off.
okay. So we'll get the main portion of the interview. I want us to get the main portion of the interview so that you listen to the staffers, the nurses.
Voice of Liberia, what's your name? Mr. Balo, what is the essence of this assembly?
We are here today because our salary. We're here because our salary. We've been working for 8 months now.
Yeah, it's been played from the internet. That's why.
1 year, 9 months. So today we try to come outside so the work is here within our salary.
Has there been any engagement with the management or the administration?
So many times. We even go there, we even go to him yesterday. We told him that we want our salary, we want 80% of our salary, which is last year. We should clear up for last year, then we almost say from January to February. So we should clear up for last year.
What have been your responses?
He said they will come to us and we tell the government to pay the pension 97 times.
Oh my word! Oh my word! What's happening? You know that.
This time around, we didn't work with the labor. We supervised them. They had the copy of the letter.
Yeah. So imagine you have people working for you, but you're not paying them, but they're working 2 more, 3 more, 4 more, 5 more. Who are you? You don't have conscience. You're not aware that these people were employed by you. Let's listen to some of the nurses at the facility.
Sister, you live on Voice of Liberia. What's your name? What is the essence of your assembly here today?
Oh my word. This stuff I'm trying to play from the internet. That's why you're experiencing it is fluctuating continuously. That's why you're experiencing the fluctuation within the audio this afternoon. But it's good to have you. Keep playing the cash giveaway. Star 799 star 90 hash. Play with just $200 Liberian dollars, and then you win yourself 10,000. I'm giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars this afternoon on the show. Good afternoon, wherever you are. how best you go about listening. It's good to have you. This is Bits and Pieces on Voice of Liberia 104.1. We live in Banga on 90.7, 89.7 in Kakata. Let's continue.
Past 8 months, some 10 months, engaging the CEO on numerous occasions, there haven't been any good result.
How many times have you made an engagement with the CEO?
More than 2 times.
And was it sufficient enough to adhere to your quest?
Actually, I applied. Nobody come to apply. He already knew. He knows exactly what's unfolding. Yeah? When it comes to salary, you can get no results in the CEO. So we decided as a group to have a go slow. In so doing, we are very sure that we get results and go slow.
So for how long will you guys continue to stay the peaceful assembly? So what becomes of the facility when it comes to the patients? Thank you. What's your name? What's your name, my sister?
No transportation to come to work. When you come to work, you didn't get food to eat. You have to be asking your friend. You have to do transportation. You don't have money. You have to spend your friend to get money to buy.
For how long have you been working with this facility?
Since last year.
For how many months have you been owing you? So when I give you a 6 months, do you have any intent of continuing the work?
For me, I already down.
Thank you. Good morning, my sister. You live. What's your name? Which department do you work with, even if you director? Okay. Are you a steward or a nurse? You're a driver here. Driving the ambulance. For how many months have you been? Since 2018. How many months you owing for? 8 months. And since then, have you been meeting with your supervisor in your... What were some of the procedures you followed that you were denied, you didn't get a request or you didn't get an answer? What was your response?
I know that we're getting patient. Anytime we come to they say no money. I think telling you too much. Me don't pay myself. I'm a single mother. I think that
so with the continuing delay of the administration, or will you continue to stay the protest, or will be your next?
I will continue to join.
Okay. What's your name again? Joanne Mimi Changa, the ambulance driver. Good morning. You live on Voice of Liberia. Tell us your name. Which department do you work in? Yeah. Nurse by profession. For how many months have you not been paid for? Yeah.
Last year I was paid for 4 months. I was paid for January. They send letter to the after some time. They were somewhere around July. Send a letter to the administration. Administration called meeting, go for the meeting, the college said, what are the things that were going to get? We imagine for January,
January of last year.
Last year, 2024, I took it in August. The second time, my daughter was graduating from B.M. Harris. I went to the boss and I said, oh my God, I want my money. You got that time, just what you know. I don't get no money. He said, you will pay me the money. Yeah, I was discussion. I said, okay. Since that time, I didn't get that money to not to it. Yes. If we imagine my daughter is graduating again from the I don't have money. I don't have money. How will you work from January to December? You only take there once a month or December when everybody to be happy. December month.
So how have you been coping with your work and in absence of your salary?
They're coming outside.
Okay. All right. I cannot play all of the voices of the nurses at the facility. You listen to some of the nurses and those who work at the facilities. You listen to them, and it's a clear violation of the labor law of our country. And this is time that the Ministry of Labor can step in and have this resolved. It is still soon to have this resolved. We don't want this to take another trend before we can start to talk about having a result. And like our reporter reported, it's a phone. Whoever from the Ministry of Labor that was sent to that facility to go and inquire as to what's happening. And you went there and they told you, the nurses admitted, or they explained to you what they've been going through. And some people told you 8 months. Some people said to you 10 months. They've not been paid. And you went to the Ghanaian national that owns the facility. And this fellow said to you, he admitted in fact to you that yes, these people did not been paid for the length of time they spoke about. But thought of them, I'll pay them for 2 months. That's not making mockery out of people. That's not fun they're making out of our people. And then you go and see the faces of the nurses, then you tell them, say, they've agreed to give you 2 months or 1 month. So what become of the rest of the months that they've worked for? What becomes of the rest of the month that the people they work for? This will need to stop in Liberia. This country is a country of law. Whatever we do, we should have it at the back of our mind that Liberia is a country of law, and whatever we do in this country is key, is very important, and we have to understand that. We have to understand that our leaders will not continue to treat our people as if to say they are foolish people, or they don't know the people that they're leading. They are your people. They should be treated with care. They should be treated with love. And so I've come to call on the Ministry of Labor this afternoon. I've come to call on the Ministry of Health to ensure that those nurses can get their salary. Whether 10 months, whether 11 months, whether 8 months, Benin, that Ghanaian national should be able to pay the people they've worked for a. So what deprived them from getting their salary? Why? And this needs to stop in our country. It needs to stop. You can have foreigners coming in our country and doing all sorts of things. They don't even have time. Oh, you come in the country, you're making money here, you're doing business here, you're making money, and you decided to employ Liberians. You employ the people now, you don't want to pay them. So how you think they will cater to their own family? How you think that will be done? Let's forget about kickback. Let's forget about brown envelope. This is about time that we prioritize the interests of our people. This is about time we prioritize the interests of the ordinary people. This facility, the owner, the CEO of the facility should be able to pay these people. If it were a government facility, we would say here that the government is not paying the people. And we latches the government for that. If the government doesn't pay, there's a violation under the labor law. We latches the government. So why you get one Ghanaian national that will come in the country? You trust your financial strength. And that's why you open that facility. You employ these people. You people went into an agreement. You employ them. They tell you the people don't know how much they're working for. It was because of the agreement you went into. Benin, you have to pay our people. The people have to get their money. Whether they want to leave or how it is, they should be able to get that money. They should be able to get that money. And so, folks, that's it. That's I would like to leave you on today's edition of the show, Bits and Pieces. Bits and Pieces. Return tomorrow, Friday. With another fresh edition. Too many calls still coming in, but we're not taking call, please. We'll continue to follow this this development coming in from the Fidelity Healthcare Center to ensure our people can get their salary. They work for it, they deserve it. And of course, that's how I like to bid you farewell on this Thursday presentation of Bits and Pieces. The name is George. I'm George Waye.
The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847.